return to my channel. This is Midnight Moon Tarot, and I'm Diana, coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. This reading is for the astrological sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or anywhere in your birth chart that Taurus might appear. Also, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take just a second and invite you to subscribe and click that little bell so that you're sure to be notified whenever I upload new content. Also, in the description box below, you'll find links to my social media, my Patreon, my PayPal, and links to some really cool things on Amazon I think you guys will like. Okay, so this reading is for the 4th of October through the 11th of October. Keeping in mind that all tarot readings are timeless, so whether you come across this reading right after I upload, a week, month, or even a year from now, if you feel drawn to watch it, most likely you'll find a message for you within the reading. And if you feel like it doesn't quite resonate with you, just keep the parts that do, disregard the rest. Feel free to swap the roles around. Don't ever try to force it or anything. If it's meant for you, it is. If it's not, then it's not. But if you know your other planetary placements, be sure to listen to your other signs as well for additional messages. Okay, so let's go ahead and calibrate these cards to the astrological sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, and ask our angels, guides, and ancestors for any love messages for Taurus for the week of October 4th through the 11th, 2020. Spirit, what love messages do you have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for October 4th through the 11th, 2020? Spirit, what love messages do you have for Taurus? And I'm going to shuffle one more time. Okay. All right, now I'm dividing into 3 stacks. And the card on the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 5 of Pentacles, as sad as it may look, is the overall energy for this reading. So as we go along, I'm going to show you how this card is going to relate to the other cards that come up in your reading. Okay, now the 5 of Pentacles is exactly what it looks like. You see these people broken and homeless and cold, feeling like they're left out, like life is going on without them. The pentacles in the window mimic like stained glass with the warmth from inside the home, you know, showing, you know, that they're out here in the cold and in there it's warm. This could mean that you are separated from the one that you love right now, and, you know, clearly being heartbroken over the situation. All right, so I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to go ahead and lay out these cards for you. Now, for those of you who are new here, I do 4 rows, and the first row represents you, what you may have been going through in the recent past, what you're currently dealing with, and things that are coming towards you. All right, the second column is the same thing, only it's for your twin flame, your soulmate, your divine counterpart. This could be a karmic partner. It might be an ex. It could be somebody brand new that you just met. And it could be, you know, somebody that you don't even know yet that's just about to enter your life. However, generally it's about the person that is on your mind the most, the one you're thinking about when you wake up in the morning, and that last person you're thinking about when you fall asleep at night. The third column is obstacles and challenges, our fears and anxieties and blockages, the things that are keeping us from achieving what it is we want the most in our life, okay? And that fourth row is probable outcome. Now, I say probable because knowing what the energies are and the things that are coming towards you, then you can change the pattern. If you're more aware of things that are coming up, then you're ready for them. Is the way I want to put it, I guess. So it's not like written in stone. This is not like fortune telling, and this is prophecy and the way that things. This is tarot, and tarot talks about the energies that are surrounding us and how we can use them the most to create the environment around us that we want. Okay, so if you are aware of things that are coming up, you can be ready for them. All right, so we have the Star as well as the 4 of Cups. So you could have been dealing with somebody who, you know, water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This person, no matter how much love you offered them, no matter how much you wanted to give them, they became increasingly bored. You They weren't interested in the security or the balance or the love that you had to offer them. It was almost like no matter how hard you tried, okay, no matter how hard you tried, you can see he's sitting here discontent, just arms folded, doesn't really care, just completely not interested. So this is leaving you in a position where, of course, yes, you're feeling hurt and broken, but it's also a time for you to recreate yourself, for you to figure out what it means to move on, for you to decide that this is an opportunity for you to start over. Okay, no matter what you might have been going through with this person in the last few weeks, months, or even a year or so, you are feeling like, okay, it's, I've put everything I could into this, and it's time to cleanse myself and move on and wash those negative energies away and realize that what you have to offer is a little more valuable than the way that they were treating you. Okay, so in your partner's column, we have Justice as well as this Page of Wands. So this Page of Wands tells me that, yeah, this is something that you are willing to fight for. You are fighting for your own self. The Justice card tells me that, and a lot of times it's talking about the legal justice system, but more often than not, it's talking about those really, really hard decisions that you have to make in your life about, is this what you really want? Are you going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to completely start over? Are you going to quit feeling ignored by this other person that's been in your life? And the Justice, being major arcana, is someone that it just really and truly, it's heartening. It's something that hurts you to do, but for the best interest of your own self, it's something that has to be done. So when we have your obstacles and challenges, these are the things that are preventing you and the things that you want. Okay, if you are with someone and you have this Seven of Wands, and there's always this constant air of pettiness. There's always like a little bit of discord in the air between the two of you, and it's always causing different little fights. I call it the 7, and it's the 5. In the reading just before this, we had a 7. Okay, so, and they look so similar. But anyway, yeah, and I'm not wearing my glasses, sorry. But anyway, yeah, this is the 5. So this is telling me that there's going to be these constant little petty arguments that really aren't even necessary. This is like, jealousies and name callings. It's not as serious as that pesky 5 of Swords, but, it's about just discontent, just more of that yuck feeling, just that discontent feeling that your partner is having, and it's making you feel like you're constantly having to defend yourself. And what you are really and truly seeking is this 2 of Cups situation. You need someone who is kind of on the same level as you, and I'm not saying that like in a mean way, but I'm talking about on the same spiritual maturity type level, same emotional type level. Okay, I'm not talking about somebody's trash and somebody's uptown. I'm not talking about beneath, or not talking about social hierarchies or anything like that. What I'm talking about is that level of, they just get you, they understand, they're there for you, and they really and truly want not only the best for them, but what's best for you, as well as what's best for your relationship. And that's what you're seeking. That's what you want. So to stay in a relationship that is, full of discontent is really hard. Okay, and that's where you have to make that decision. Do you stay in a relationship that is like that? Is it worth defending what you really and truly want? So when we get to your probable outcome, you see that this 3 of Swords is here. This is unmistakable. You have this love that you are, you're feeling, and you want, and you need this type of security, but you need to know that somebody is going to be there for you. You really and truly, even if you don't know for sure, you feel like there's maybe some third-party situations going on. I don't feel like this is insecurity or you know, blind jealousy where you're just imagining it or you're suspicious. This is something that you really and truly feel in your gut. This is something that you feel like, you know, you really need to pay attention to. And if that person isn't willing to be there for you and be your partner on a more loyal type level, then you are very content to be alone and wait for the one that is. Okay. All right, so we can move to the next little set of cards, and we have the Sun and the Tower. Okay, and I say this all the time. I just love this because every time we have the Tower, the star shows up. Every time the star is there, that Tower shows up, and we are doing like past, present, future here. So this is things that have happened already, or what's currently going on. All right. So we have the Hierophant as well as the Four of Pentacles in your partner's column, the Two of Pentacles and the King of Cups in your obstacles and challenges. And in your outcome, we have the Queen of Swords as well as the Six of Swords. And that showed up in the last two readings that I did as well. It doesn't matter how much I cleanse the cards or change decks or whatever, no matter how many times I shuffle. Sometimes that happens where the same couple of cards, it's like there's a theme going on in the zodiacs right now. So we have this Tower, and these are talking about the things that are going on. So right now, your whole entire world may be falling apart, you know, and it just makes you feel like despair and hopelessness, like nothing is going to come up good of it. But you have the Sun that, you know, tells us once the dust has settled, once everything has fallen, you do see that there is a chance for this new beginning that is, you know, coming your way, for a chance for you to, you know, walk away from that. This relationship that you were in probably should have never existed at all. And it shouldn't have made you feel like, you know, things were as they really were as bad as they were. Okay, but the Sun and that star gives you hope that, you know, new things are coming for you, better things are coming for you, and there's a lot of new growth and opportunity once you release yourself from that dynamic. Okay, so we have the Hierophant as well as this Four of Pentacles in your partner's column. Now that Four of Pentacles tells me that, you know, this is something you were really, really holding on to. This might have been somebody that you had considered even marriage or a long-term relationship, because you're feeling kind of broken and, you know, your tower has just fallen and you're feeling like you're left out and you're really hurt and you're kind of broken over this. You can take it as a blessing, because for those, the ones that are not there for you when you are really, really down or you're having a bad situation or a bad time in your life, they, you know, and I know it's cheesy, but, you know, that old meme that you see all the time on Facebook, if you're not there for me at my worst, why should you be there for me at my best? Okay, so while you're having this really downtime or so in your life, if the person really hasn't been there for you and you didn't think that they, you know, had treated you with as much respect as you should have, then definitely it's time for you to move on. All right, so in your obstacles and challenges, we have this King of Cups and we have this Two of Pentacles. And this person in your life was feeling pretty much like maybe you were a little self-involved, maybe you had a little too much going on, and there may have been some type of crisis going on in your life at a time. And like I said earlier, if they're not there for you at your worst, why should you allow them to be there for you at your best when you have your comeback? Okay, because you will. There are, you know, a lot of good fortune coming to you in the near future, especially with the Sun and the star and that Two of Cups showing up. You have a lot of things that you are finding that you are becoming more and more grateful for in your life. And as you feel that gratitude, the universe recognizes that and pours more back into your life for that. And this allows you to have that self-esteem and to cut these people out of your life and to move on to move away from that chaotic water that you've been dealing with onto more serene waters. Yes. And even though you may be carrying that hurt with you for a while, these are lessons learned that help us to evolve and to move forward in our life, so that when we do have the correct person come into our life, we've already been through so much crazy stuff with these different karmic people that we've had to deal with, that it's like this. It's like this when you meet that new person. Everything's just coming up roses and good. All right, so in your last column, you have the Two of Swords and the Strength. In your partner's column, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. In your obstacles and challenges, you have that Queen of Cups as well as the Knight of Wands. And in your outcome, you have the Ten of Cups and the High Priestess. Okay, so yeah, more of that decision making you have to make. This tells us that hard decision that you have to make about what you're going to do about this situation, about this person who's not really there for you, who may be like, when the cat's away, the mice will play, that person. Okay, so this is enabling you to look at the situation for what it actually is. If there really and truly is any value, if there really and truly is any future, even though it hurts you, having to draw on that strength you have inside yourself, that self-respect, that self-love, okay, so that you can create what you want, so that you can clear that space so that the good things come into your life. You have this Two of Swords that tells you you're calling a truce. You're just, you know, you don't wish the person bad, but you just can't allow them to continue to be in your life and to create those feelings of self-doubt anymore. Okay, it's just using that, you know, using your head, not your heart, to make that decision. So definitely, this is the time of self-love and self-celebration that you're going to find. And when you do, when you step away from this, you're going to find that opportunities are coming up. This whole last year has been a really bad cycle for a lot of people, and the wheel is beginning to turn for you, both in astrologically as well as the fates and the different things that we create in our life by our thoughts and our habits. Okay, so once, like I said, once you clear all that bad energy out of your life, the good stuff starts to come in. So in your obstacles and challenges, well, your water sign is coming back and they're like bored, and maybe things didn't work out for them. Oh, that's too bad, right? You know, maybe they were having that third-party situation themselves, and when it didn't work out, well, here they come back. And this is time for you to really use that strength and to lay down the law and to tell them, no, the gate's closed. You can't come back in. All right? So when you have the Ten of Cups along with this High Priestess, this is telling me that you are taking relationships and long-term commitments much more seriously. And that when you are thinking about your future and the things that you want, that is when you are actually creating what it is you want to happen and to enter into your life. So this particular week is about, I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze. This particular week is about ending those cycles of allowing people to take advantage, okay? And finding your own self and clearing out that negative energy. Okay, guys, I love you so much. And I'm just so tickled to be back here in New Orleans. The city's opening back up again. And I will see you guys next week. And thank you so much for all of your comments, likes, shares, and subscribes. Oh my gosh, I love you and I appreciate it so much. And I'll see you here next week. Okay, bye-bye.